So let's take a look at how we can improve a CLI application or command line application with C. Now I want to share an example so how this is actually works. So let's say I have a CLI. Now what I can do when I type the binary name, it actually opens the application. So here see there we have an application named CLI. I'm in documents directory, so I'm calling that application. So in Linux or Mac we have to /. You can actually do that in Windows without the /2. Now after that what we have to pass some arguments. Now we for example, let's say the CLI application does add two numbers printed. So what I can do, we can pass 12 and 10 and it will return us the result. But this is the basic command line applications. But what we are talking about in this video about the flags we pass. For example, when we to list orders, what we use ls command. So it will print the all available files or directories in the current working directory in Linux. Now what we can do, we can pass an argument -l. What will see, it will actually print all the directories with much more information. So that's what we call as flags, and in this and we will talking about this. So first of all, I want to describe the code of it. So I will open the code here. So this is the code. This code is generated by ChatGPT. So where this is, we are calling a function, this is getOpt. Now getOpt function is declared in the getOpt.h header. Also Unix standard or UNI std.h. So what so in the getOpt function we have to pass three parameters. One is the argc, then another is the argv or the character array pointer, and this. Now what is this thing? This is what we are talking about, the flags here. Now I have to open another window and here. So for example, if I want to call this, so what I have to do, I have to /CLI1, as this is CLI1.c, and I have compiled the binary in that name. So I have to pass, what we can do, we can pass /a. So as you can see, there is a A, so that's why this is an A flag, and there is another flag as you can see, that is the B. So we also pass B flag. So these two flags we can pass, and these two flags will be count with this command, with this argument. Now as you can see, there another thing, that is semicolon, sorry, that is a colon. Now what it is colon? The colon means that our flag needs an argument. Now what that is, see, if I remove the colon, that means our flag -a will not require any argument. But if we put a colon here, that means the flag A will contain an argument. So if I print this, /a is 10, so -a, that flag, and the -s flag is 10, -b second flag, and -b's argument is 12. So as you can see, option A is specified with the argument 10 and option B is specified with the argument 12. Now what is opt-in, I will talk about that later. Now let's talk about this code. So getOpt function actually returns an character, and although we have an int here, this will convert. This is the C compiler will implicitly convert that. So we are calling this function, and we are storing the returned value in opt or options. Why is option? Actually, the flags are called as options in CLI. So for now, we will call them options. Now, after, if the option is A, we will print this line. If the option is B, we will print this line. And if the option is none of this line will be print. So what is it? Let's talk about this. So if I CLI and if I pass a flag, let's say this. Sorry. We are passing the same argument, right? Let's say pass that S flag. So what is this? This is an unknown option S that in this line. Now how it will work, how this loop works and how this thing works, I will show you with an image here. Now let's say we have a CPV command, or let's change to CLI1 for better understanding, like this. So these are commands which we have passed in the terminal. Okay. Now after this, these are the argvs. So these commands or these arguments will store in the character array argv, right? And number of commands will store in argc, right? Now what the get option t or get option or get opt does, actually it we are passing the parameters, the args and argv. It actually counts the number of arguments and the contents of the arguments, right? And when it is done, let's say when it is done with reading all arguments, it will pass -1. That is the UIF character. Okay. Now what I am doing, when the first loop was in the first iteration, it will read this portion only. Okay. Now why this portion? As see, we have declared a semicolon here. That's why it will read /a, a matching character. So -a as we specified here. So -a and as also we specified the colon here, it will read the next argument with what comes within. So this portion will be read by get option or get opt, and get opt function will store the options argument or options value, whatever it's called, with a variable of targ or option argument. So this is our option and this is our argument, and this variable is declared in the get opt.h. So we don't have to declare that, right? So when in our first iteration, the get option function will read this and the value of tag will be 1. So in the first iteration, wait a minute. Okay. So the value of the tag will be 1. Now let's see this line. So when the case is A, that means when get output returns the character A, it will we will use this case A here, and the option A, the special argument, the value of the opt argument or opt arg will be the 1 as is mentioned here. And after it done reading it, we will go for the next iteration, right? and in next iteration get opt arg will read this portion. Why? Because see, after the matching character A, we have matching character B or matching option B, and also we have specified that B also takes an argument. That's why it will read the matching option and its argument. And in second iteration, the value of the opt arg will be override and it will be true here. See, now let's see this. So dot slash CLI1 and we are passing the flag A with value 1 and flag B with value 2. My mistake. See, the option B is specified with argument 1 and option B is specified with argument 2. Now let's break this code. So in our first operation, the getOpt returns character A. So in the switch we are passing the option and the case A will be selected, and in the case A the dash option A takes an argument and the argument is 1. So the value of the opt arg or option argument will be 1, and we are printing this, and these two cases will be ignored as we have break here. Next iteration is done. In the next iteration, let's take this command. In the next iteration, option B will be selected. So in the option B case will be run and the value of the opt arg will be 2. And then in the next iteration, as there are no other argument here, let's see, this arguments end here, so getOpt will return -1 and this thing will break. This while loop will be break. Now as you can see, we have also have this 100 200. What is this actually? So first of all, let's run the command here. Okay, as you can see, here is the output. Option B is specified argument 1, option A, and option B specified with argument 2, and the opt int is 5, operand 100, operand P. So what it is actually doing? So we have explained this part, right? After that, there are also some other other arguments, but as you can see, we have not specified here. So the get option function will return these values in opt int or option int variable. This variable is also specified in getOpt.h. So what it is actually, it is nothing but the we can say the argument counter. Okay, now what is this? See, we have this, and in the character array argb, how many arguments do we have? We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, right? But as you can see, this is an array. The counting will begin with 0. So 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So imagine this thing content in an array. Now opt int will contain the value where our options and their arguments is end. That means, as you can see, we have specified this thing that A option takes an argument, B option takes an argument. So So this part will show here, but after that, after this portion, we also have two arguments, 100 and 200. So the opt-int will contain the value, the position from where the operands are beginning. Now what is operand? As I expected, those values which are not option and their argument. See, this 100 and 200 are not arguments of any options, right? That's why the operand will contain value 5. Opt-int will contain value 5 because from 5th position our operands are starting. See, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th. So in the array argv, from the 5th position our values are starting which are not associated with any option, and we are printing this. So that's how we can use the command line to make programs like git and cp or cd, the familiar Linux commands. So I hope you like this, and if you have any doubt, please let me know.